Hello guys, welcome back to VC Tech. In today's network, managing multiple access points individually can quickly become complex, inconsistent, and inefficient work. So how do large organizations handle hundreds or even thousands of access points without losing control? That's where the wireless LAN controller comes in. This is a wireless LAN controller. In this video, I'm going to show you what a wireless LAN controller is, how it works, and most importantly, how to configure it step by step. By the end of this video, you will fully understand how centralized wireless management works and how access points are controlled in a real-world enterprise network. For this tutorial, we are going to be making use of one DHCP server, one switch, and one wireless controller, one management device. This device is what we are going to be using to configure the wireless LAN controller. We also have 3 lightweight access points. In the previous video, we talked about autonomous access points. I know you're wondering what's the difference between the autonomous access point and also a lightweight access point. An autonomous access point works independently, meaning you could configure an autonomous access point without needing the help of a wireless LAN controller. However, a lightweight access points depend fully on a wireless LAN controller for configuration and also management. So a lightweight access point cannot work without a wireless LAN controller. So since you know all that about access points, let's talk about the wireless LAN controller. A wireless LAN controller is a device that centrally manages and controls multiple access points, just as it's going to be doing to this lightweight access point. This wireless LAN controller will be managing and configuring this access point. And I'll be able to show you how to do that using the management device. This device is what we are going to be using to configure the wireless LAN controller for the lightweight access point. We also have 6 wireless devices for this tutorial, as well as when you're picking a wireless LAN controller, always remember to pick the 2504 wireless LAN controller. So since you know all that about a wireless LAN controller, a lightweight access point, an autonomous access point, and which wireless LAN controller device that you're supposed to pick, let's get into the main objective for this tutorial. First, we are going to need to configure a DHCP server to assign IP addresses to host devices. We need to assign IP address to the DHCP server. So this will be taking 192.168.10.2. Let's just copy that so we can use it. We'll also assign a DNS server to be 8.8.8.8. Now let's head over and configure our DHCP server. We already have where our IP will be starting from. So let's just assign before we configure our DHCP server, let's assign IP address, a static IP address to the wireless LAN controller, because we are going to be making use of the IP address of the wireless LAN controller for our DHCP server. So when you click on the wireless LAN controller, you head over to config, then down to management. You click on the management, you're going to see this IP address. Just change it to your own static IP address. So ours is 10. This device will be taking 10.3 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. It also has a default gateway of 10.1, and the DNS is going to be 8.8.8.8. So we're done with assigning IP address to the wireless LAN controller. Let's head back to the DHCP and configure a DHCP pool that will assign IP address to the host devices. So the default gateway is 192.168.10.1, and the DNS server is 8.8.8.8. And we want this DHCP pool that we are creating to be able to assign IP address to the host devices starting from 192.168.10.10. And The WLC address is the address of the wireless LAN controller. That is why we have to assign it an IP address before we get to creating the DHCP pool. So the IP address for the wireless LAN controller is 192.168.10.3. After doing this, we want to power on our DHCP server and also save this configuration. After doing that, let's take our configuration one step down. Let's head over to the lightweight access point and first of all power it on, then change the name from lightweight access point to how we want the specific devices or a specific department to connect to the lightweight access point. So we start by powering on our device. First we just click on the device and we click on access point. So on the physical, you click on access point, click and drag, place it in this hole over here. Our device is going to come on shortly. We also do that for the other devices and for the last device. Let's also change the names. So this is going to be taking IT and this is going to be taking HRO. This will be taking guest. So this is the guest Wi-Fi. So we've assigned IP address to the DHCP, create DHCP pool, change the name of the lightweight access point, and also assign IP address to the wireless LAN controller. Let's also assign IP address to the lightweight access point. We can do that by just clicking on static and back to DHCP. So now you see it has the default gateway of our network 192.168.10.1 and the DNS server IP address. Let's also do that on this device. So static and back to DHCP. The last device, from physical you move to config. From config you will see, oh, this one has already taken the IP address, so it has 10.1 for the default gateway. And if we hover above the devices, you're going to see that the IT lightweight access point has the IP address of 192.168.10.10 and the HR has the IP address of 10.12. The guest has the IP address of 10.13. So let's head over to this device. This will be called the management device. We are going to use this device to configure this wireless LAN controller. So let's head over to this device and first of all get IP address from the DHCP. So let's head over to the management device. First we want to get our IP address from the DHCP. So this device is taking 192.168.10.14. Next, let's head over to our command prompt and try to ping the wireless LAN controller. So ping 192.168.10.3. So let's see if that connects. So as you can see, we are able to ping the wireless LAN controller. Next on our configuration, let's move over to the web browser. So we move to the web browser, and on the web browser you want to impute the IP address of the wireless LAN controller. The wireless LAN controller has the IP address of 192.168.10.3. Alright, so after doing that, we got this interface asking us to create an account. So for this tutorial, our account is going to be called, let's call this Victor12, and the password is also going to be Victor12. Now we have an account. It is asking us to create a system name, management IP, default gateway. So before we get into creating all of this, if I hover above the lightweight access point, you're going to see something called CAPWAP status. It is showing not connected. Take note of that. let's head over to the management device and start our configuration for the wireless LAN controller. For this device, we want to call this device Victor Wireless LAN Controller. And the management IP address is the IP address of the wireless LAN controller. So the wireless LAN controller has the IP address of 192.168.10.3 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0 and a default gateway of 192.168.10.1. So we want to click next, and on this interface we want to create a network name for our lightweight access point. So for this, we want to call this one IT with a passphrase. We want to be using Cisco 1234 for our passphrase. We also want to do the same here, Cisco 1234, and we want to leave these other configurations the way they are and just click on next. Also, we want to click next here, and it is showing us the configuration we just did, a summary of what we just did. We created our username and also our system name, a management IP, a default gateway, and also a protocol for the lightweight access point. So let's apply this. We say OK, and our configuration is saving. This is going to take a while, so you can just close this and head back to the command prompt and try to ping the wireless LAN controller one more time. Yes, we are able to ping our wireless LAN controller again. Now let's head over to the lightweight access point and hover above it one more time. Previously, when we checked, you saw that the CAPWAP status was not connected. Now it is connected to our wireless LAN controller. It is also providing us with a wireless network of the IT. The IT we just created, we have that on this wireless LAN, as well as we have on this wireless LAN and also on the guest wireless LAN. Let's head over to the management device to create other wireless network or protocols for the HR department and also for the guest department. So not everyone in a particular place could access all the lightweight access points. There are specific people who are allowed to access a particular lightweight access point in a network. So let's head over to the management device now and start our configuration for the other protocols for the lightweight access points. Now we want to head to the web browser and type in the IP address of wireless LAN controller. So 192.168.10.3. Do not worry, it is showing a server reset connection. Just change this from HTTP to HTTPS. Now we are allowed to connect. So remember, our username is Victor12 and our password is Victor12. So login. So this is the interface of a wireless LAN controller, the interface we get. This is where we configure everything we want to appear on the lightweight access point. So once you're on this interface, you want to move from the monitor to the WLANs. This is a wireless network. Once you're on the WLAN, you want to go to create new because we want to create for the HRO and also the guest. So create new, you head to go. It is asking us for the profile name, so we want to work on the HRO profile. So HRO, and the SSID is also going to be HRO, so we say apply. After applying that, it brought us to this interface where we get to enable our status. So we want this status to be enabled, and we also want to head to the security layer where we get to determine what type of authentication we want for our network. Do we want to use WPA or we want to use WPA2? So we want to use WPA2, and we want to come down to WPA2 policies and just click on this and click on the PSK also. This is going to show us where we can input our passphrase or our password whenever they want to log into that particular lightweight access point. So this is the password that you're supposed to use. The Cisco 1234, and also click apply one. So after you get to this interface, click apply one more time, and you're going to see this. You click OK, and we've just created another protocol for a wireless LAN controller. So if we head back to the lightweight access point and just hover above, because previously we got just one wireless network. So right now, if we should hover above that device, you're going to see we have IT and also HR. So let's head back to our wireless network and create the last protocol for the guest Wi-Fi. So remember to always click on go and create new. And you want to specify the profile name. So this is going to be taking guest, and SSID is going to be guest, and we click apply. So after we get to this interface, remember to always enable the status and head over to the security layer and specify what type of security we want to be using. So WPA plus WPA2, and down here you want to pick WPA policy. We want to use the latest authentication method. And down here we want to also enable this to get a passphrase for this tutorial. To get a passphrase, and lastly we want to enable the PSK to get a passphrase for the guest lightweight access point, and we want to be making use of guest 1234 for our password for the guest lightweight access point. And let's click the apply one more time and say OK. If we should head back to the lightweight access point and hover above one more time, you're going to see we have IT, HR, and guest. You're also going to see we have it here as well as we have it here. Now let's create an access point group. An access point group allows us to decide which wireless networks are broadcast by a specific access point. Instead of all the access points broadcasting every network, we want one access point to broadcast only a particular network. So we also head back to the management device. As I said, this device is where all the configuration is going to be happening. So right under the wireless network, we move to advanced, and below advanced you can see AP groups. You click on the AP groups, and as you can see over here, what you do is just say add group. Remember we have IT, so this is going to be the IT group, IT, and we say add. And let's create for the HR. So the HR group, we also want to click add. And lastly for the guest, so guest, add. We've created all these groups. However, all the access points are still broadcasting every network on the wireless LAN controller. So what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that the IT group gets the IT protocol that will serve only the IT lightweight access points. So how do we do that? We just click on the IT, double click on it, and once you're on this interface, what you want to do is you head over to the wireless network over here, click on that, and you say add new. So we are working on the IT lightweight access point, so we want to specify that the wireless network SSID should be IT. So you click on add, and we head over to the APS. So when you get to the APS, you're going to see all these protocols that we created. We want to click on IT and say add APS. So if you click OK and click apply, Now, if you should head back to the lightweight access points and hover above the IT lightweight, you're going to see that the other networks are no more there. We only have the IT protocol for the IT lightweight access point. While on the H arrow and on the guest lightweight access points, you can still see all three because they are still broadcasting all three of them. Let's change that on the management device. So back to our AP group. Next, we want to work on the H arrow. Double click. And remember to go to the wireless network, the WLAN, add new. And the wireless network SSID for this is going to be the H arrow. Click add. And head to the APS. Click on the H arrow and also click add APS. So you get this and you say OK and click apply. Now let's do the last configuration for the guest network. So we head back to our AP groups. This time we'll be configuring the guest. So double click on the guest, head to the wireless network, click on add new. We want to head over to guest and click on add. Next we head over to the APS and click on guest, they add APS, say OK, and we click on apply. Guys, as you can see, we've now configured a wireless LAN controller to configure all these lightweight access points. On this lightweight access point for the IT, you can see that it is only providing a network for the IT department, and for this lightweight access point, it is only providing for the HRO, and lastly for the guest, it is only providing for the guest. Previously, we had all three of them broadcasting on all lightweight access points. Now we have each one broadcasting for each lightweight access point. Let's connect our devices because we are done configuring the wireless LAN to manage all three lightweight access points. By default, a laptop does not come with a wireless port. So let's apply that. First of all, we need to power off the laptop. Take this out and double click on WPC 300N and place it right here. We power on our laptop one more time and head over to config and down to wireless 0. Click on the wireless 0 and it is going to be showing us all this wireless configuration. We want to set our SSID to be IT and we want to be using an authentication method. Remember, we are using WPA2 with the PSK and our PSK is Cisco 1234. And let's also do that on this tablet over here. Let's connect this tablet to the IT lightweight access point. Config wireless 0. Always remember to set the SSID. So this is going to be IT and the authentication method is going to be WPA2 with a PSK or passphrase of Cisco 1234. And we wait for them to connect. Let's also do the same configuration for the HRO and also for the guest, and we wait for the devices to connect. So on this laptop, remember to always move over to the physical and power the laptop off. Take out this and bring in the wireless card. Power the laptop back on. Head over to config wireless 0 and we want to set the SSID to be HR and the authentication method should be WPA2 with the passphrase of Cisco 1234. Also do that on this device. As you can see, the laptop has already connected to the lightweight access point, of the HR. So let's do the same configuration for this cell phone. The SSID should be HR and the authentication method should be WPA2 with the password of Cisco1234. And lastly, on the guest devices, the phone, so guest config wireless 0. This is the guest network, so we want to specify guest for the SSID, and the authentication method is WPA with a password of guest1234. Let's also do the same for this device. Config wireless 0. SSID should be guest. Authentication method should be WPA and the password should be guest1234. Guys, as you can see, the devices on the HRO lightweight access point has already connected to the lightweight access point. Cisco Packet Tracer comes with a lot of bug when we configure a wireless LAN controller. That's probably the reason why some of the devices has not connected. Anyways, let's power this off and try to bring it back on and see if it's going to connect. So we power it off, then power it back on. Let's also do the same for this. Oh, you see this one is already connected. For the guest lightweight access points, one of the device is already connected. So guys, as you can see that the devices on the IT lightweight access point has already connected, as well as the devices on the guest access point has already connected. These are some bugs that we experience when configuring wireless LAN controller on a Cisco Packet Tracer. However, this is how a wireless LAN controller is being configured. So in this video, we've seen how a wireless LAN controller simplifies the management of multiple access points by centralizing configuration, security, and also control. We configured a wireless network, applied security, and verified client connectivity. Understanding how wireless controller works is essential if you want to work in an enterprise networking or a wireless infrastructure. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video for more networking content. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.